I tell you, one of my deepest passions, the thing that maybe I couldn't give up at all, is my riding horses. I compete next week. This is Friday. On Tuesday, my Hollywood Charity Horse Show begins. It's a charity horse show that I have I founded about 30 years ago. And we've I've been able to make this celebrity that you've given me into the ability to raise money for charity. A lot of celebrities do. They have their favorite charity. And I don't know how many of them, and I don't have any idea, have made an absolute charity and using the people that the celebrities work for to give them money. In this case, Priceline.com and Wells Fargo Bank have given me money, and then I've been able to get sponsors, and then we put on a party on a Saturday night of 5-day horse show and raise money by selling the seats. And I've been able to get a great Western entertainer, Brad Paisley, who over the years has become a point, but people of that ilk coming to 500-seat capacity little room. So I'll be riding competitively in that show. It's a reigners. I don't know whether you know what reining is. One person knows what reining is. And obviously the horse fell on you, I guess. The alphabet of the equine competition is based on what the cowboys had to deal with. So the cowboys riding a horse, and we're going to doctor a calf. Had to ride like heck towards the calf, and the calf would run along, and suddenly the calf would stop, and the horse slides to a stop. And then the calf might dart the other way, so the horse has to go around 180 degrees and run that way and slide to a stop there. And then back up. And then to round the calf up, you might have to make a large, fast circle to get the calf in the center, and then a small, slow circle to get the calf settled so people could catch the calf and doctor it, and then change leads and do it the other way, change leads. So sliding stop, change leads, fast, slow circle, and then 4 turns to the right and 4 turns to the left. That's the alphabet of a reiner. So it's very athletic. It takes a long time to do, and the moment you make the slightest mistake, you can't win. You get a lower score or no score at all. I mean, if you do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 turns, and you go, whoop, over there, you're disqualified. You have to end right there to make the point. So it's an exacting athletic sport, and I've been doing it for quite a while. I've gotten really good at it. I can win if the luck is with me. My horses are that good, and I've gotten pretty darn good. And I've improved every year. Even though I've gotten older and my legs don't work as well as they used to, but they work pretty well still. But, I mean, if anybody else fires, I'm not the first one out. But even though I've gotten older in the 30 years, I've gotten better. And the reason I've gotten better, I think, is more and more I've gotten into the spirituality of doing, in this case, the reigners, but also the spirituality, the spirituality about the mutuality of all living things. By that I mean, we're all vibrating electrical entities. The horse, people, cat, the snail, we're all electrical things. I find it really mysterious that a telephone post, a signal device, sending out millions of signals a day, every so often, your phone rings from that thing. How did the phone buzz when that thing giving out millions of... So it had your frequency, and it gave you that signal. We're all giving off signals. The universe is giving off signals, and every so often, it rings our number. And we think it's like an accident. Oh my God, I met that and did that and got that. It's possible that the universe giving off signals rings your phone every so often, and what we think is a coincidence is meant to be, or ordered, or who knows. So in dealing with a horse, and getting into the horse's head, and speaking to the horse with your mental, with you're feeling the horse, you're vocalizing, you're using your hands, using your legs to communicate, but you're also communicating on a spiritual level, because the horse is a prey animal and isn't allowed by nature to think of the past, what happened yesterday when I almost tripped, or what am I going to do tomorrow. It's right in the present, because if it loses the presence, it could be a fodder for a prey animal. So a horse, like every other prey animal, is always in the moment. And if you're in the moment with the horse, there is a communication, there's a spirituality. That's why I think I've gotten to be better every year, because I've increased that knowledge. It also makes me think about, I did an interview show called Raw Nerve, and I put the chairs, instead of a desk and a thing, I had a seat about 18 inches away. I was looking at the person. We have a bubble around us. In the Western world, it's about this wide. You get closer, it's a little intimidating. A little further back, it's not as good as right on the edge. I think that bubble all culturally alternates. I think in the Eastern world, it's a little closer because the population's a little more dense. I don't know. All I know is, in speaking to a person intimately, if you're about this far away, you can see the nonverbal language that that person's giving off. The look in the eye, the face, the thing. So if you're intently talking to somebody, that distance is really interesting. So I lined the chairs up like that. It was like a love seat. And I had the most wonderful interviews with people that from that distance, they saw my interest. I felt that I was vibrating on their level. We were vibrating together. I got the most marvelous things said. I've written a book about my friendship with Leonard Nimoy called Leonard, 50 Years of Friendship with a Remarkable Man. That's up there now. But in it, I tell a story that Leonard, during this interview that I did with him, had never spoken of before. He would go home every so often from Hollywood back to his parents' home in Boston. And his grandfather, father of his father, lived in that home. And when he would go home and be sitting next to his grandfather, he'd feel his grandfather's fingers on his feet, feeling his shoes. And then he realized that his grandfather was checking out how well Leonard was doing financially, as to whether he could repair his shoes or not. Is that like a beautiful story? And Leonard had never thought of that. In all these years of giving out interviews and things, because Leonard and I connected so intimately, I was able to withdraw this story from that he himself had long since forgotten. It's that kind of intimacy that we all share. We're all sharing it, except when we deny it from a lot, and thusly we have all this conflict. But we all share the same journey, which is from birth to death. We're on our way to die, and it's meaningful, it's important, it's essential that we make that trip together, if possible, hand in hand.